The other thing that keeps me busy is
Yeah.
that I'm involved in a couple of things at church, big
Yeah.
church groups,
Yes.
and that keeps me pretty busy. So, yes,
That's awesome.
always planning there too. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Are there any new passions or hobbies that you guys discovered after you retired that you never thought you would do?
Just walk.
Yeah. I know you guys picked up line dancing. Line
Yeah.
dancing? That's awesome.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
sorta.
for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Sort
For
of.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that and I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
But it does get me up on on my feet, so
Mhm.
and gets me with the other people, so that's good. And we do a lot of. Seems like every week there's some kind of party or some kind of get together or
Yeah, I'm
something.
always up there working
Yeah.
on the party.
Yeah. Right.
And then we have to go after she works on it. Then we have to go to it, and we
Sweep it all up.
now with summertime coming on, we'll be doing concerts and in the evenings and stuff like that.
Which means I have to go around to each community and get the agenda for the concerts.
Wow.
What else is
Somebody's
going on?
already gotten Fairfields for
Well, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's not
So
the
you
only
don't
place
have-
we go.
I was
Yeah.
staying really busy.
Yeah.
I think somebody got Green Hills also, so you don't have too many.
Well, yeah, I still
Blue
have about
Ash.
4 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any other physical activity that you guys enjoy doing?
Other
like,
than gardening, and I like to. Jess got me started on painting rocks
oh,
to
wow.
put in my rock walk, that I got to work on again,
Nice.
and just working in the dirt,
Yeah.
cleaning up the mint patch. Pardon me, the mint patch that the moles dug up. But you know, the animals that I dearly love are keeping me busy.
Mhm.
But just and been sewing a lot this past winter. I sewed a lot, which I didn't have time for all that stuff. So just kind of things that I like to do and bring out the creative part of me again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I like. I like to stay busy. And puzzles. I like to do puzzles.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep moving.
I read a lot more than I used to.
Yeah. Definitely keeping your brain sharp can be really helpful.
Well, we play games
Yeah,
2 or
we
3
play-
nights
yeah.
a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just the two of
Sometime,
us
yeah.
in the evenings.
Yeah.
We'll play games just to keep the
Sometimes.
old brain
yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there for a while we were doing them almost every evening and through the week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we would always take the time, in between supper and whatever our favorite show that would come on. Sometimes we would have the show come on at 8, sometimes at 9.
Yeah.
And now we do stretches and,
Yeah.
and a little
Yeah.
workout in
Yeah, we exercise.
afternoon.
Oh, awesome.
as often as possible. So
Yeah.
during the busy weeks, not very often. When
Right.
it calms down, that's we fill it in with that
Yeah.
movement. So
Yeah. Does that help with mobility and everything?
and balance.
In balance. Wow.
Yeah,
And balance is an issue with older folks. So
Okay. Yeah.
and a little bit of weight control.
well, not too.
Yeah. So we're on to our last few questions here. So, Grandma Ju, what is the best piece of advice that you can give to someone who is close to retirement? How do you think they can best prepare, and how can they make the most out of their retirement?
I think the best thing to prepare yourself is to think about it a year before, and then plan. I had to plan something because I could not go from a 50 to 60 hour week down to nothing. I could not do that. So that's why I said I took 2 weeks off just to sleep or whatever, catch my mind. And then I had already planned to work on and it's not a happy time, but I planned my funeral. And that was my first job. So I concentrated on that. And I wanted to get all my all my personal stuff in order. And that was what I needed to do. So after the 2 weeks that I took off, I got all those big things that you don't always get to, plus my medical checkups and stuff like that. I made sure I got all that stuff done. And then I just happened to run into that part-time job. So that, you know, it was made it a little easier to transition because I had those things that have been hanging over my head for years. I got them cleaned up so that way I could breathe and relax and go back to work a couple days a week.
Yeah. So preparing.
Have
starting
to
prepare.
really prepare mentally,
Yes.
not just financially, but
Yes,
mentally. And then
definitely.
it was stuff I didn't get around to, and so then I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Grandpa Dan, is there any advice that you'd like to share with people who are getting close to retirement, and how can they best prepare for that journey?
Well, again, mentally is probably more important for most people than financially. I mean, the financial end is definitely important, but you know, the mentally you're probably better. You know, you're better at making sure you're mentally ready. Make sure that you're in agreement with your spouse as to, yeah, we're going to go out, I'm going to retire at such and such time, and try and get a plan with the spouse also, and retire, if you could retire at the same time, that's usually pretty good. But, you know,
Yeah.
but if you don't, but that's not as important as making sure you do check with each other and make sure you're on the same page, and you know, retirement could probably be pretty rough if you're not in good standing with your spouse, you might
Yeah.
say, or if you're not getting along. But and you have to make sure you're going to be willing to go with the flow sometimes, and be you know, bend here, bend there.
Yeah,
And,
definitely. Yeah, thanks for sharing
you know,
that. Yeah.
I think when I was younger, like maybe 5 or 6 years before I decided to retire, it sounded so good. That's
Mhm.
oh, I don't have to be here every day and all that. It just sounded great. But when about that year before, this is the last time I'm doing this is the last time I'm doing that, and I'm going, what am I going to do?
Mm.
It's the last, and I think it really sits in then that, because it is totally different when you're working big time, full time, you know, it's very mental.
Right, because you work for so long, and then a lot of people, when they get to retirement, they think, okay, endless vacations, okay,
Yeah.
weekends forever, but...
Yeah, no, that isn't how that works. There's
Right.
still real life,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
real responsibilities.
right.
And, yeah.
Another thing that, you know, make sure you have certain things in line, like, you know, is your car, you know, how old's your car? Are you gonna need to get another car to carry you out through for quite a while, because you don't want to be driving an old clunker when you're going into retirement, because then it's gonna, you know, so you don't want a money pit. You want to make sure you have something that's going to be reliable, and especially if you need to downsize. I mean, we went from 2 cars to 1 car, and then so you have to make sure you have something reliable, because you don't have that backup.
Right, yeah.
That's why I bought my Toyota a few years
Ooh.
before I knew what I was going to do.
That's awesome. So definitely planning
I
ahead.
planned that, yeah. I didn't want a car payment when I retired.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she was retired. She retired before I
Oh,
did,
yeah.
but she worked part-time too
Mhm.
for several years after she retired.
Yeah, yeah.
So that made a difference.
Yeah.
And
So
And,
would you say that working part-time after retirement kind of helps you ease into that retiring transition a little more?
Yes,
Yeah.
and my suggestion is do something that you want to do and not anything like you did when you worked full-time.
Oh, okay.
I went, although I was receptionist, it was not even close to being a secretary in the school system. A whole different things so I could enjoy that, and it wasn't really a job. It was just more interacting with the people again,
Yeah.
and more my age, because, well, actually they were older than me at that point, but now I'm their age, so. But yeah, it's just totally something different, something you really want to do, or
Yeah, of course.
but just part-time.
Yeah. So, is there anything else that you guys want to share? Any other words of wisdom you guys want to give?
Wow.
Whatever you need to do before you retire, do it, because you may not have time after you retire.
Oh,
You know,
that's
so,
good.
Well, and it just seems like after you retire, the first few years goes really fast.
Yeah,
But then all of a sudden, it's a lot of your traveling is to the doctor's office. It's amazing how old you get after you retire.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like you age quickly when you're up there in the years. So
Yeah.
but just keep busy. Gotta keep active.
Right. Definitely keep it active.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences. Again, this was my grandma, Judy Warren, and my grandpa, Dan Warren, and you both have really good insight, and you guys both gave really good experiences and talk about your retiring journey. And it was a privilege to be able to speak with you guys, and thanks for telling us about your journey.
Well, you're quite
All right.
welcome.
Thank
Quite
you.
welcome.
Yeah.